My friends, without hesitation, I declare this to be the most important Max Stats episodes 55. My brain tried to comprehend of like, why can't I do cool shit, you know? Why can't I just upload videos and do cool shit? Why am I the only person who's supposed to save the world from polygons? And really think about it, my engine is capable of running spheres on the screen. It's not that complicated. Why was it complicated for you guys? Because you found one method of rendering and you stuck with it and you don't give a fuck. Now, I don't show any spheres on the screen, but trust me, guys, spheres are available alongside with multitude of crazy fucking shapes that you would never be able to pull off with polygons unless you pay lots and lots of FPS, my friends. And that's it. Is the end of that. I broke through and I'm just sitting, lingering, doing nothing about it. But worst of all, my channels are dying, everything is dying. Everything I can possibly think of is dying, bro. It's not even close. My relationships are dying. Even me is dying. If I look back 7 years ago, I was dying, bro. My ability to get a job, dead. My ability to get a girlfriend, dead. My ability to get a fucking house to live in, interestingly enough, half dead, but pretty dead. Everything is dead and continues to die. That's the most unbelievable thing, guys. I stand here with you today, straight out of bed, no hesitation. I have to solve this mystery. And I have to close the self-doubt that I have. That shit is not allowed anymore. There's no time for that. Like, I should be in a panic mode. If everything is dying, then I have to do what works. What is not dead, what does not feel dead. And despite my frustration, the game jam didn't feel dead. And that shit fucking makes sense. Despite my frustration, YouTube Rewind didn't feel dead. Right? And YouTube Rewind 2023, 2 years ago, made me cry a bunch of times, made me laugh a bunch of times. That was not dead. I'm truly at a crossroads, like, okay, I'm being pushed into a fucking corner to make a major change, which I hate. Like, I want my brain cells to work in all kinds of ways. I don't want just one particular way, but it's good to have one particular thing that's not going to be dead, right? People don't want to listen to me. They want my operating system or whatever. Whatever they want. Now I have to fucking work for it. I have to, slave like everyone else. Release a product that everyone needs, right? And that will require tremendous amount of time. And that is the most dumbest fucking thing ever to me personally, because, like, anyone else can do it. I've already done half of the fucking work. Why am I supposed to fucking finish it and do all the rest of the things? Why am I supposed to do everything? I feel dead during capitalism. I feel like nothing makes sense. It's like, I have done half the work. Where are the viewers? Where are they? Well, they stopped having attentions, but they died. There is no more viewers. Forget about it. And maybe there never were viewers because these were the most viewed videos where I just cause drama, and it still looks legit to click on simply because you're gonna learn a lot. Drama is a lot. I even pulled this thing up here. Like, I've made some amazing achievements, including this, right? Faster method. But it just dies. Immediately dies. Immediately nobody cares or understands. Immediately it doesn't fucking matter to nobody, bro. It's insane. That is insane. Do you understand that arrays turn to list? They're not that much different. In fact, you must understand that lists are superior to arrays every single time. And if we don't use that for sorting, we are fucking degenerates. This is insane. The world is fucking insane right now. I said to myself one single thing. The moment I take this decision, I will nerf myself by 50%. The moment I activate my willpower, I am nerfing myself by 50%. Why? Now that I have discussed all the max stats, now that I understand how to reach for the self-improvement, how to appreciate it, maybe it's ingrained into me. Maybe I can level up and forget about thinking too much, worrying too much. I don't have to improve myself anymore. You know, I can liberate myself. I can use this as a finale, right? And nerf myself 50% of all the things that I'm doing right now. Just remove that shit. Upload 50% less videos across every single channel that I have. Remove that anxiety that I have to perform anymore to assholes who don't care anyways. I like performing. I want to keep up. There's so much stuff I have to do, you know? Like, at the very least, I want to do rocket ship, but even that is not getting anything. And it's devastating, bro. YouTube is giving me a fucking middle finger, and I have to deal with it, right? Like, suddenly, this video, by the way, just gained 100 views. Out of fucking nowhere. How does that make sense? How does YouTube make sense? It does not. It is dead. Not only it's dead, it is absolute fucking insanity. It has deleted one of the most important features, which is a fucking notification bell. What are you doing? How did you do that? Did you choose me as a chosen one to torture and remove a feature for no reason? I don't understand. The world around me is dying. Which is, again, I predicted that. This is COVID era, bro. COVID era is a real deal. But obviously there's more to it than that. So I'm expecting the world to die around me. I'm expecting this to be happening, but at the same time, I don't have to die with it. I don't have to participate in this fucking bullshit. Money sets you free. If I just grab the money, bro, just get the money. Well, you need effort for that. You need to put a lot of effort. This number on screen, that was not free. You have to elect yourself. You have to show self-esteem to, you know, become the leader of like, oh, I will never betray you guys, but then betray them anyways. And obviously people only gonna elect people who are not gonna betray them. So in a way, this is a red herring. This is not actually a true statement that you can just run away with the money, but you should. You still should. I think Mr. Beastification of the platform also killing the platform. Everything is dying, guys. You don't understand. But you can die into something. And that's a good solution. That's always a good solution. I'm so happy that it worked because this is technically death. Like, nerfing yourself 50% of the time, or 50% of the way, that's a significant amount of death. Like, you have to understand. That's crazy. And it's all because you want the willpower to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And almost like people are laughing at you, people are making you dead for a reason. But at the same time, it's weird, man. Like, you can't even talk to people anymore. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like, you bet I released another of these videos, and the moment I use this to wake people up and to just, like, get some views, they get really fucking mad, dude. They start foaming from their fucking mouths. I don't understand what is up with drama, but, like, people get so fucking crazy. And if they're not crazy, they sit in silence and do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. They're completely not productive whatsoever. So either they do bad things or nothing. Minimal things. Tiny things. There's nothing in between. Where do you get the in-between thing? Like, people don't even matter. People started dying in front of my face. People's existence made no fucking sense. And this is very recent, my friends. This is extremely recent development. Because the last time I broke through, like, big number, people were just silent. But I got to see what it's like when people are not silent, right? With Penguin, I, like, understand I'm a little bit disrespectful, but with Pirate Software, they were disrespectful, and they couldn't fucking stop. I couldn't stop them even one fucking inch, right? I couldn't have a fucking different opinion than mainstream. All of a sudden, it made no fucking sense. They were literally in front of my face, exposing themselves. What their real agenda is to fucking follow the mainstream and scream at literally everyone who disagrees. They finally revealed their ultimate agenda, these fuckers, bro, who don't care about nothing. Who are just babies waiting for their milkies. There's nothing more to it. Who are creating a ban list that's more than my subscriber count. There's gonna be more people banned than I have subscribers. It's gonna be forever like this. It's never gonna change. Because I deserve to be pissed. I deserve to fucking clean the fucking house. Oh yeah, I do feel like this is gonna be like me going Super Saiyan. It's one of those you killed Krillin moments. Everything around me is dead. You're gonna destroy the planet. You're gonna destroy the universe, Frieza. It's time to fucking kick your ass. This thing continues. Death is so prevalent. There's so much of it. This is a whole episode. And this is just me turning into Super Saiyan. That's the most iconic episode ever, right? There's not much to it, but at the same time, it means a lot. It means that I am taking the change into my hands. There's no other way. And potentially, that was the whole point of max stats. There's 4 bubbles, and we have achieved bubble number 4. I've realized that the only fucking path out of all this pain that I have suffered, the only path is to become godlike. The only path is to truly change and show to the world that there is no going back. That I have changed so significantly that you have to see the difference. There's no going back. You will see the difference between me and a typical fucking shit human being. Maybe eventually that will look like I have a perfect body. I don't have a perfect body. I have been dying for a very long time. But I'm starting to get a grip, have control over what is happening to me. I'm healing, getting stronger, and still doing it in the middle of stressful situations. But technically, I don't have to hold a job, which would make things a lot worse. Maybe even put me at risk of dying, right? Like, it's crazy how I just stumble upon welfare. That's an important moment in my life. But at the same time, holding a job isn't fucking rocket science. I would be able to pull it off, essentially. If I was desperate enough, I would activate willpower, grab a job, and grind it for as much as I have to be able to fucking retire early. Now, retirement is probably like for 15 years retirement. I don't know. Luckily, I have options, alright? Luckily, the world does not try to fucking kill me too much. But to think that some people do live paycheck to paycheck, they have obligations, or jobligations, we can call them jobligations, to just survive. I mean, that's crazy to me. I can't understand that. I can't understand the expenses that just through the roof that could make someone homeless. Like, it's crazy to me. I saw TikTok lift someone out of poverty and help them live a crazy, unusual life. Where they get to travel, they get to go outside of UK and just it felt like it made a difference. But at the same time, the same guy, the same guy broke his arm. He went on a fucking motorcycle. He went on a fucking vehicle that is all over India region. Where like it's really like a high mortality thing. Like it's really high risk, low reward type of thing. And it's scary, bro. And people gravitate towards this shit around me. Not because it's faster, but because it's fucking noisy and loud. My my friend was consumed by bikers, bro. He broke my last straw. I am bearing a lot of death behind me. Right right at these moments, and I'm hoping to even bury some more. I'm hoping to break through and bury some more death. But potentially that will be the next step forward, right? The moment I break through and people recognize that there is no going back, not only am I a superhuman, but I have to be looked at now. I deserve attention. There's no way to turn around anymore. Yes, you can turn around and be like, ah, oh, that's a crazy person, but he is kind of weird. Like, whoa. you you will you will not even be able to describe what's going on at this point. Like my YouTube channel is already radical enough where like you can't define it. You cannot define it in a negative way. Oh, oops. You cannot define it in one word. You can't just say I'm a fucking crazy person and move on with your life. That's not easy to do. But you can still move on with your life because that's what you did first. And then you label someone as crazy, right? Then you fucking try to make excuses. So awakening your willpower and telling to yourself all the reasons of why, like, these are like self-esteem pieces. These are self-esteem outbursts. These are reasons that everyone can see of why I made the decision that I did in my life right now. Where like I really wanted to just do what I'm doing and continue doing what I'm doing, but now I have to make sacrifices. There's just more important things to do more often, and I have to make breakthroughs while I do those important things. I have to get used to doing those important things. You know, I have to grind gold. Sometimes in your life, again, you might have a chance to become Super Saiyan, and you have to grind that shit. You have to grind being Super Saiyan. Every moment where you need to become a Super Saiyan in real life, to actually battle some real life situations where you actually need to be. That is crazy that you're mining gold. You're mining situations that a normal human being wouldn't be able to pull off anything out of, wouldn't be able to solve. But someone like me can solve these situations. And most importantly, again, I know what makes me superhuman. I'm already in that category. I just now have to grind it. I have to grind that state of being superhuman. I'm tired. I want to do so many cool things. There's so many cool things to do, but everything dies. Even just laying in bed sometimes dies of like, I'm playing Block Doku and I'm realizing it is fucking conspiring against me. Like, you couldn't believe what I'm saying. It's conspiring against me. A conspiracy that a fucking game pulled on me, where it just gives me a certain amount of points and then stabs me in the back with the most outrageous pieces. It throws me a game over screen, and I'm not even sure I can figure out how they did it. But Block Doku is complicated enough to where, like, they must have done it. They give me exact same score as if I made no progress, as if it's not supposed to be random. And then, guess what I did next? I found the same game somewhere else, and it works perfectly fine. It does give me a random score. It never fucking betrays me, basically. Because I'm telling you, I was stuck at like 26, XX, 34, XX. I was conspired by a fucking block game. As if the block game is making fun of me. As if there is no progress to be made. Because whatever I make is going to be taken away from me whenever the game feels like it. But, at the same time, how would this be a thing? It makes no sense, but it's happening. It's happening, and it dies in front of me in the most brutal fashion. A fucking tiny game makes the most radical thing of, like, it makes me paranoid. I had expectations, and those expectations just kept dying in front of my face. They keep fucking dying. As if someone is stealing them, and technically it is somewhat true, right? People want to talk about the best things that exist. I'm not on the list. Alright? Just because I created Block Doku for that PC doesn't change anything. Just because I made even more grid games than that barely scratches a fancy of like one person. Okay. Fair. I'll survive. I will keep my sanity intact with this one. And yes, some upgrades are available. The grid games can be updated, and I should update them because it's good for me. I own all of this. Alright? In the end, willpower is about owning things. Well, creating things that you own. Generating things you own. And I'm telling you, it's gold. That's what it is. You generate gold, you generate value for yourself, and everyone is jealous. And if they try to fucking sneak in and get some of that gold, you get even more famous, you get even more gold. I can tell two people, and it's not rage bait. I can tell them in their face they're pieces of fucking shit. They're useless garbage. Like, I have defeated humanity with just my rendering fucking engine. And I'm like, there's nothing like it. I have defeated humanity and that Australian dude at the same time. But fuck that Australian dude who can't fucking pull off a game engine out of his ass. You know what? I can be that guy. I did it myself. I was like sitting on my ass, being a garbage human being myself. I was just waiting, and eventually I am doing it, bro. I'm just simply doing it. I made it on the other end. You know? I became the Super Saiyan myself. I don't have to wait for another Super Saiyan to save me anymore. Because it's never happening. It is the dumbest fucking idea. Helplessness is the dumbest idea. At least for me. I had no choice but to level up, my friends. And I will treat you like pieces of shit, but I hope you can take it with a smile on your face, because that's the reality we live in. There's no other choice. Again, I woke up after 3 hours of sleep. I don't do that shit. But I knew this video was special enough for this thing to happen. And at the same time, I didn't felt right in bed. You know, I had this idea, and I know to just do things. If I have energy and I can pull it off, let's go. Let's just do it. See, I see a lot of things dying even in this state. No, I'm supposed to be a politician. My friend is fucking telling me of like, oh, you're gonna be a good politician or whatever. I don't know why he has the audacity to say shit like this, but at the same time, he's completely correct, because I kind of want to hear it. You know, I'm on this path right now. I can be a politician. I just don't understand, how does he know, right? What game is he playing? I like one thing, one fact about tree life, is nobody really knows the real you. Real you is quite undefined. Alright, what you're capable of is still quite undefined in most situations until you get there and do the thing, right? This is still undefined for most people until they understand what I have just done, until they fucking listen. You know, they just listen. But not just listening, they have to actually relate to my story. That's the only way they can understand. If they don't relate, if they don't relate the struggle of Polygons, like, nobody actually seems to admit that they're struggling with that shit. Like, modeling is very difficult. You would like to just do Minecraft modeling, but nobody admits that thing. No one fucking cares. As if all the best tools have been already built, and there's no downsides to them. You know, nobody fucking lift a finger to make a question mark, because they just gave up. They died. They died into the mainstream, which is not serving them well. And all I needed to do was just to break through, and break through again, and realize that this is the answer. This is the only answer that makes sense, and will ever make sense in the future. There's nothing else. Like, at this point, what do I have to show you guys? Lighting effect? That I can do ray traced lighting or something? I don't know. I don't know, you tell me. Because then shit looks that much more different. Then shit looks that much more intimidating. And this shit is gonna grow exponentially in my hands. So, is it okay to nerf myself 50%? Now I have to... If I want to nerf myself 50%, I really have to think what I'm doing anymore. I think my main channel is gonna devolve, though. Like, I can only do 50% of drama, right? I can't do 100% of drama. I can only do 50. I can only do 50% of just general effort on my channel. Alright? Just to keep it alive. 50% is huge. You don't understand. Like, the quality of my videos are gonna go down to a specific degree where my channel is simply active and alive. It's not trying to do anything special anymore. Like, I still prefer to have 2 dramas, like, that's cool. I prefer to have storylines, because that just liberated me. I prefer to have that, but it's no longer going to be guaranteed that there's enough material for me to succeed telling these stories anymore. And my brain must let it go. let it die, you know? If I see death, I also have to make a big sacrifice to fight back against it. I'm not gonna jump into it. Charlie Kirk died because of politics, and he was a nice person, meaning that, you know, randomly you can just die, and you have to actually accept that fucking reality. Just because you do politics. Just like in a workplace, you could also just randomly die simply because you got crushed by, you know, some cogs or some person just pushed you. It's an accident. You got your arm chopped off, basically. You get to retire for the rest of your life if it's not an accident. If you did it, you're fucked. It's insane. There's a lot of death left behind. These paths are full of death and accidents. And you can just crash your car into the other car. And in order to, like, control this, it's best to run away. It's best to go all the way out. You will not believe what just happened. You will not understand. This is not for mortals to understand what is going on here. Go reproduce a couple of times, and then you'll understand. I stumbled upon politics in the fucking early morning. Someone is blasting music, and I can hear it from far away. And far away means a lot. Far away means that this music does not come from my neighborhood. My neighborhood is clear. All right, I cleared it. I did my job. However, doing my job was not good enough. There's more problems. I think I still hear the music, by the way. I still think the problems are enormous. That I'm being ignored by police themselves. I have a fucking voice. I need to voice my concerns. I need to contact authorities. This is not supposed to fucking sit and bleed on top of my face. This is not a normal thing. If they think they can just ignore me and even not call me, that is devastating. It is absolutely devastating. I had to go outside of my fucking comfort zone because my comfort zone is invaded by someone from a whole fucking different apartment. That is unbelievable. That is unacceptable. That is crazy. And if this is actually going to be normalized by anyone, including police, we're going to have a lot of trouble. We're going to have an actual real uprising in my country. And this uprising might be more juicier than anywhere else, anything else you've ever seen. You see, I could have quietly became godlike and escaped this wretched place, but I am enjoyer. I'm a porn enjoyer, right? I'm a laziness enjoyer. I'm enjoying lots of things, right? I'm not just trying to fucking submit to the dark forces of overworking myself. I want to, like, I'm not really looking forward to just being like zero, right? Zero, no buffs, no nerfs, nothing. I'm not looking forward to that shit, but that's fine. Society, cool. I love it. Society's awesome. I'm talking about this. This is way more comfortable. This is way better for me. I can follow this path easily. I don't have no trouble fucking deal with demon hunting, basically. The K-pop drama. Sometimes you have to do that shit yourself now. I have to get out of my way to hunt them demons. This is unprecedented. The only way I can actually truly hunt down demons is with politics, is by propagating the idea that good things have to happen as a priority of versus bad things. I can't believe we have interrupted this transmission while I was becoming Super Saiyan. Right this moment, I'm now in the crossfires of becoming a fucking politician. I have to tell you guys, I have a fucking community strike. Sitting on edge. I might not be able to use TikTok easily, you know? And I will respect their decision of fucking silencing me. What can I do? Right? Censorship is censorship. Yes, it is not an appropriate video. Yes, I'm a woman hater. Sue me, bro. Fucking sue me. I am frustrated. It is what it is. And at this point, I have to be translated.
I am running for public office in the 2026 elections, and I want you to understand why.
That guy, my friends. That guy. That guy's vibing. I'm already preparing for the election year. This is not fucking sitting down and accepting, basically, that I can sneak through the just back door, basically. I can. There's still a chance. You can still isolate me, basically, and start, basically, the noise politics, the opposition, right? The leftism. You can fucking do that if you really like noise right now. All of a sudden, you just fell in love with noise, right? But I can't stand it. So something has to fucking happen. Some kind of giant split of human beings have to happen. People who enjoy noise and people who don't enjoy noise, they have to split up. This is not fucking gonna sit down and be solved easily, my friends. If I have a capacity of Super Saiyan, I have a capacity of a fucking legit politician. Legit respectable human being right now. The funny thing is, I didn't ask for this. I asked for this. Right here. I asked to be level 3 politician, the CEO of YouTube. That's where I belong. Sue me. Sue me, my friends. That's where I belong. That's where I'm going with this. Alright? The only thing above me is the president of whatever. On whoever I happen to respect as a president. I get to choose. Right? I think Trump is the president. I haven't found more of the same type of people. All right? So I'm aiming now for this thing. Suddenly, as the video was just going on, I heard noise from a fucking dozens of feet away, bro. Dozens of meters away. I had to cross the street for that shit. I had to bang on someone's fucking window. And they still disrespected me in my face. That is fucking unbelievable brutality, bro. They don't care who I am. They don't care what I want. They will not listen to my demands. This is fucking disgusting. What they chose to do to me is completely out of the blue for any human being to do. This is not normal. That's a fucking demon. We have to fucking do something about it. And I will fucking demand this fucking justice. Scream as loud and proud as I can possibly scream. Because there's no... Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow. Plus 1 day. And we have a gathering in my apartment. This couldn't be a better fucking timing right now. For me to be pissed off. Like, I'm already pissed off at my neighbors. They just did the unthinkable things. You know, smoking in the fucking balcony. It's the most unthinkable thing. I have to defend myself. This is not easy peasy for me. See, Eastern Europe is a place, and Europe in general is generally a place where you have neighbors. That shit's crazy. In America, you don't have neighbors. You have people who own houses around you. That does not have a name. That name does not exist. A fucking co-owner, basically. In America, you have co-owners of housing. Of a decent amount of bedroom ownership, basically. High amount of bedroom ownership. That's what's happening in America. These are not your neighbors. You might not understand the situation that I am personally in right now and how I have to be equipped to do some crazy fucking backflips and still remain anonymous if possible. I still want to expect the respect of human beings to try and keep me anonymous, just out of the fucking respect. No needs, like if the television is gonna try and make me not anonymous anymore, if people don't have respect for this shit, you guys have to suffer so fucking badly. I look fine. I look acceptable. I don't wash my hair. My hair is long. You can even say I'm gay, and I'm the opposite of that shit. All of a sudden, there can be a fucking turmoil in the country. You know, all of a sudden, we have started a fucking banger in here. All of a sudden, we are bleeding into this, which is my path. I just don't want to take this path through death and destruction. That means there's still hope that this is not really the path, but it is what it is, right? Why can I not draw anything? That's absurd. This is my path. Like, I'm literally fucking adrenaline boosted, even though I woke up in a random time to do a random thing, which is this video. And now, more death, more drama, more fucking insanity around me, bro. This is unbelievable, and I no longer can shut up. I can no longer just, you know, adhere that my neighbors could possibly hear me or some bullshit like that. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I don't have the time. I'm being attacked. You know, I'm the lone warrior. And this is not a fucking easy peasy shit anymore. Lone warriors, they don't have mercy. This is the atomic bomb. The atomic bomb is a personality. This could be the most unbelievable thing. This could be super top secret, basically. But a person is the atomic bomb. There's no other way to fucking define it, right? And if you celebrate death, if you think death is easy, if you think war with death is just numbers, you don't understand. War can only be against a fucking rogue country like Russia, or maybe Israel, or Israel finds rogue countries around itself. Who the fuck knows? And has to fucking chop their nails off. I don't understand. I'm willing to side with Israel sometimes, as you can tell. Like, I was fucking torn in the latest 2 videos. But war is something else. If police is disrespecting me and forcing me to go as a lone warrior, I can only go further, you know? I have to level up. I have to take this opportunity where I made the decision, and decision made me as well. I can choose both at the same time. I can do both. It's just that simple right now. So I uploaded TikTok. There's no reason for you to watch it. It's in my language. The drama begins. And while it was mildly important previously, now it is incredibly important for people to fucking listen. Like, okay, I literally just fucking ended this discussion. I literally don't have much to say about this topic. And then I immediately get the call. Call for justice. Justice never sleeps. Justice only takes naps. Alright, that's the whole point. When I'm adrenaline boosted, that does not necessarily boost my heart rate. I can still remain calm and collected. But now my doctor will have to know about it. Now I have to run politics because there's no fucking choice for me. This is unbelievably unacceptable. I have to break silence because this is beyond my community. I was staying still versus my fucking doctor. I was staying still. I was being patient. I was being the correct type of person, because patient is exactly what you have to do versus a doctor. You have to be patient. You have to not cause any drama. Drink your medication. Just accept the reality, bro. But if things escalate, if things escalate, see, the funny thing is, this wasn't noise that caused me to fucking get out of control. It wasn't noise necessarily. It was just my mom's friend invading our privacy. It was very different. But it is invasion of privacy. You can connect the dots to some extent. Then I was making noise. My mom was a completely different person when I was fighting her directly. and I got hospitalized and fucking labeled, right? Because they do their thing. I don't have to accept it. They can lie into my face as well that I have to accept it. There's no fucking way that's true. There's no fucking way. I can only accept it that, yes, I have uninduced illness. You know, there's willpower and there's ill power. There is both. If you are being tormented, you don't have to do much. You don't have to go to the gym to become a Super Saiyan. You just sit in your room and become Super Saiyan anyways. Just naturally, because you're being fucking bombarded with bullying and attacks that never used to happen. This never used to happen. People used to stay put. But of course, we have a disease. We have a disease that fucking went through the entire world. People awakened their demons. They're COVID awakened, basically. They are woke. You know, they're COVID woke. Wokies of COVID. It's not a political fucking truth. There's nothing political about it. Anyone can be fucking woke with COVID. COVID wokeness. That shit is scary, bro. Again, because police does not respect me, I will have to be putting extra effort. I cannot give up. Like, if I give up, I have to suck it up. There's a problem here. And I can solve this problem. And that my heart is capable of handling this situation. There are extra noises being fucking thrown at me right now. And it's hard to tell where they're coming from. But you know, anyone can cut grass, anyone can do anything. But fucking blasting bass music where everyone can hear that and nobody can block it, that shit is so unacceptable that we're gonna have to go politics on this one. There's no fucking way you can pull this off on me that is just like completely acceptable. Get out of here. You will have to face me. You will have to face me, my friends. See, I will bring entire nation down with my base. Like, I haven't even explained politics to them. I haven't even fucking explained. I ran out of time. I forgot the most important thing of what I want to achieve. That's crazy, dude. It's already 24. 24. Nobody liked the video. Nobody liked the video yet. This is fucking scary. You don't want to sit there getting 24 views and nobody likes the video. But that's acceptable. The first views are not necessarily correct to the correct audience. Yeah, there seems to be like grass cutting going on. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't do that, bro. What the fuck is going on? It just broke. What the fuck? Somehow I just enabled mouse hide. Fuck me, dude. There's a way to disable it. And see. This is so disturbing. I can't. I genuinely can't. I can't, bro. I can't believe it. I'm stuck. I have to restart. This is fucking mental. Bro, I can't believe I broke the system. Like how the fuck, man? How the fuck? I know it's possible, but I can't unbreak it. And now it gets even crazier because of it. I can't unbreak it because I cannot click on the screen. That is horrifying, dude. How the fuck? How the fuck at the worst possible moment do I stab myself in the face? Oh my god, it's disgusting, bro, guys. This is the worst video ever. This is max stats, domination, God knows what combined together. Welcome to Super Saiyan stage where nothing makes sense anymore. Plus there's grass cutters, you know. Grass cutters enabled today. You know, that's a fucking setting that can't never be disabled properly. We have grass. It's summertime. Drama, drama, drama. It is not an invasive type of sound, but it's definitely fucking crazy. It's definitely crazy to just keep listening to that, especially when you're fucking dramatic right now. When they should fucking put their weapons down. The shit that is happening around me is absolutely unacceptable and painful to fucking go through. How? How do we come up with shit like this? How do we come up with the craziest glitch of all time? How do we create a horror show that's also glitched? I will never understand. But we did it. Again. It happened 2 times before. This is the worst glitch ever, dude. Absolutely. Like, how the fuck did I do that? I still have to fucking wake myself up, you know? I still have to fucking understand what's going on. This is not easy, bro. So yeah, willpower is technically control your illness, control your desires. What other people think is crazy is completely under control. Using the wins and using the power. You are winning and you have the power to win some more, right? You're not a crazy person. Like I literally witnessed death stacked on top of death. Obviously, it's not entirely my fault that the fucking system crashed and now it's wanting to hijack the fucking mouse away from me. Oh my god. It's not my fault, bro. It's literally fucking crazy right now. Because I have to find the super secret setting. I probably can't lock the cursor anymore because Unity feature is actually the worst thing that possibly ever happened. Locking the cursor makes no sense. But at the same time, what? What's going on? I have to find another solution to another problem. I've been dragged into this thing and back into this thing immediately. I'm torn into pieces, bro. I can do both. I can do both. I can withstand both. Like, potentially in life, opportunities like these where you get to pick both paths, like, now I have to make the decision of, like, I'm fixing this today. I have to fix whatever is broken. Whatever I saw is broken, it could happen again. I can't let that happen again. You just can't let this happen again. You can't let bad things keep on happening. And that's the fucking principle that led me both ways. I can't let bad things happen, like people making bad games, people disappointing me, people putting fucking price tag on games. It is a disgrace. I can't pay for that. My credit card is not that fucking powerful, unfortunately. You know, I have the money. My credit card sucks. Alright? My debit card sucks. My courage when it comes to my relationship with my bank sucks. The system is broken, lightly broken, but it creates such fucking cracks in your life that you never know when you're gonna fall through that shit. You never know when you're gonna be challenged significantly because you're falling through the cracks. No one's gonna try and help you on this shit. It's a fascinating thing, but you should. You should be able to find help. You can't fall through the cracks indefinitely. You can bump into a lot of people before you truly fall through. Like, it's not difficult to find help. Trust me. And eventually you can help yourself if people are fucking arrogant fools, but it's not impossible, guys. People understand some typical things, like if I'm falling through the cracks, so can they. So can they, guys. Man, it's a fucking twisted situation right now. It's so bullshit. I just want to, like, get that sleep right now. Get that sleep in. This is as simple as it gets. There's a lot of death and destruction. I go Super Saiyan. I want to fix things. I can endure the destruction of myself because, you know, all bets are off. I have to dedicate myself to the fight that I'm in. I'm Super Saiyan. That's only the start of the battle. It's not the end of the series of the battle of the bad guys. The funny thing is, like, the bad guys, I will find them now. I will find them more than ever before. The bad guys are gonna be tempted to fucking drag me out because it is so funny for them. It is hard to believe, right? It is hard to believe that a person like that could have enough courage to actually approach someone. Oh, what? How much privacy did you thought you had? How how much competitive spirit did you thought your polygons have? How competitive are polygons? Get the fuck out of here, dude. You are gonna lose. All of you are gonna lose. If you're not with me, you are losers. Because there's no other way. Your children are gonna grow up as losers. One way or the other, you will feel the L. You will feel all these L's. You know, all the bad stuff about willpower. You'll feel it, my friends. This is also an L. In disguise. I hide it from you guys. It was L this whole time. You know? It was L this whole time. Oh my god, guys. Dun dun dun. I'm losing my patience. Yes. So again, I demand people to know that it's the end of the world, that the world is dying in front of you in so many different ways. Pick something to talk about. Type in the comments of how the world is dying around you because that's the reality, bro. There's no fucking way. No fucking way. Everyone just sits there quietly and happily. There's no way, dude. The world has fundamentally changed. Everywhere. There's no way you can just sit there and happily fucking eat breakfast anymore. What is going on, dude? Or are you just gonna wait for American crisis when you can't eat your breakfast? When your breakfast costs twice as much? I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen to these people. But we witnessed the death of my channel where I really want to talk about these things. I really put a lot of effort. I collect subscribers. I did all the right things. And I still get nothing. You know? I still don't get engagement. It's the most basic bitch thing just to prove myself to a human being who wants to engage that I am engageable. That I can talk about the topic. I can extend their BM. Whatever they're interested in. I can fucking do it for them. But no one cares. This is not a social media right now. This has to be fixed as well. And in order to fix it, I have to go above and beyond of who I am as a human being. I have to level up very soon. It is happening. In front of all of us, I'm leveling up. And this is not a joke anymore. This is sad. You know, I had the power to call police, but now I have the power to be condemning police and their unusual behavior. I understand their unusual behavior might be some kind of legal bargain, some kind of thing that I don't understand. But we'll figure it out. We'll poke the devil. We'll grab it by its horns. We'll do politics and waste ourselves on this thing as much as possible. So I'm probably gonna ask, you know, well, at least Doctor to acknowledge what's going on. Maybe he can help me out. Maybe he can hook me up with something. You know, maybe there's gonna be some extra shit to think about. Super Saiyan boost pills. I'm not asking for pills. I'm asking for a friendship. That's way more powerful. I'm asking for partnership. I'm asking for contacts. Contact information. Don't keep, people private. I know a guy, I know a guy who is in the middle of evil, who is potentially suffering. Who knows, man? There's a lot of fucking avenues for this thing to boil into something else, but I'm not letting this shit go. This is not going to be abandoned. I'm doing both at the same time. I think this is the most rarest thing. It's like the super duper Saiyans, I skipped a few steps. Super duper Saiyan. Super Saiyan Blue. I skipped a few steps. Unfortunately. I thought I was Super Saiyan. Until I got a fucking knock on the window. I'm at 5th floor. Knock on the window is a whole fucking next level insanity. Thank you guys for watching. This was not educational. This was just me bragging of like how my life is so fucking miserable. I have to beyond time and space at 30 years of age to break through into level 4. I don't know. That makes no sense. That seems a little bit fast. But, you know, celebrities can become like really popular. Like A-listed celebrities, they're still better than me. They can be popular at age 30 easily, right? But it's a celebrity path. It's nothing. It's nothing. You will be accelerating that shit. You can make babies when you're 20 years old easily, right? When you're just legal age. 20 years old people make babies. And they become the fucking weirdos basically who made it. You know? If they don't divorce, they made it. But for me to start going politics at age of 30, you don't understand what that means. That shit is out of control if I do politics. This is level of Kirk. This is Kirk's level, my friends. This is the guy who just died. I can take his seat. I can actually, you know, take a piece of his legacy as well, right at the same time. There's a lot of avenues to go through. This is a lot of fucking hard work right now. I just fucking subscribed to using this video. Instead of you subscribing to me, I subscribed to a lot of hard work. And that's a promise. But for fuck's sake, man, I will not want to wake up anymore. I will not want to enjoy the day anymore. My day will suck. My fucking life will suck now.